Hey everyone, Cahlen here with my buddy Charlie, who's just sitting here right in my face, waiting to get petted. I want to talk about gathering warmth. He's now kissing the camera. So when you are living outside, and especially when you're a fairly skinny person like me, where it's hard to retain heat, you're partially thinking about how to preserve that heat right at the right times of the day when the temperature drops below a certain point so that your body is no longer taking in energy, but it's actually actively losing it to the environment, and being aware of when that threshold comes and putting on more clothes, or getting into your sleeping bag, or turning on the fire. And actually, I'd say that turning on the fire is more of the category that I actually want to talk about. It's not so much keeping the heat that you have, it's trying to add heat to your system, which is what I'm doing right now. So the sun went away. The source of life for everything on this planet went away for 14 hours, right? Went into the darkness. And during the winter, that time is longer. And so we have less energy available. And if you lose enough energy, you're going to die just from being cold, or just you'll die because you'll not have enough calories anymore because you had to use so many to keep warm that you won't be able to go out and get food and things like that. So it's important to not just keep the heat you have, but to, when it becomes available to you, to grab it, and grab it as much as you can of it, and hold on to it again. So I'm out here in the morning. It's now at the point where it's warm enough that I can come outside and feel warm, and I'm sun gazing, which is why I'm wearing these pinhole glasses, so it's not super bright and I can just look at the sun. And that's another form of taking in that energy, right? Warmth isn't just, I mean, when we think about warmth, we're talking about kind of infrared levels that, we know we feel like with warmth, but really we're talking about taking in energy into the body. And the body needs all different frequencies, and can use and store all different frequencies of energy. And so taking in light from the sun into your eyes goes into a neural circuit in your brain, and it gets used for all different types of things, sent throughout your entire body, and your body can store it. So that's one of the things I do. I come out in the morning and I get in the sun, and I also take off as much clothes as I can while still staying warm, while still feeling like I'm taking in more energy through infrared like warmth into my body than I'm losing it, right? So ideally I wouldn't be wearing any clothes at all, because then I'll be getting all of that other different types of energy, UV and stuff like that, into my skin as well, which has all kinds of really important health benefits. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know, like, this is coming out and being in the sun in the morning has always been kind of like my number one most important thing that I do. And it becomes more obvious to me how important it is when I'm actually in this battle of, it's cold outside. It's like the mid-20s this morning, right? It's pretty cold, and I can go in and turn on the fire, but that means I have to do a whole bunch of work and make firewood and stuff like that. So my preference is to do as little work as possible. Also, the colder you are, the more food you have to eat. So if you're in a situation where you have less food available, then you need to be taking in energy from other sources, right? If you feel warm because the sun is on you, you need to burn less stored food energy to stay warm, which means you're going to need less food. So that's something that I'm super focused on. And yeah, just basically I come out every morning, I'm like, all right, it's time to gather, and we're going to be gathering all day, right? We're going to try and be out in the sun doing things all day, and then we will go to sleep when the sun goes away, and we're going to hold on to that energy until the sun comes back to fill us with life again. So those are my thoughts on that. Hope it's interesting and you understand why I wear these glasses. It's I don't actually think it's bad to stare at the sun. I think if it was midday, like noon, that might not be a good idea, but I think it's a little oversold, this whole you damage your eyes by looking at the sun. You don't want to look at the sun all day long, right? It's like your skin, it can burn if you're out in the sun too long, but it also is really important that you get sun into your skin. So it's important you get sun into your eyes, and it can take a certain amount. And the more you do it, the more it can take. It's like your skin is getting darker, right? You're getting a tan, so you can actually take in more. So I don't know, this isn't something I know for a fact, but I feel convinced enough to be staring at the sun, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I have no damage to my vision. In fact, my vision is getting better, but that's also partly because of how I'm playing with different prescriptions of glasses depending on what I'm doing. So anyways, that's it for now. See you guys later. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll share it with someone that you care about. It helps them, it helps me, and it'll help you feel like a healthy type of person. If you're feeling extra generous, you can head on over to cahlen.org/gift, and there you can basically learn of ways to help me feed myself, shelter myself, and to upgrade and repair my gear. All donations give you the option of having a 1-hour life coaching call with me. So, thanks again for watching. Also, just a couple other ways that I'm storing energy. My solar oven right now is storing energy in the food that I'm going to eat for dinner tonight, right? And that's going to fill me with all kinds of warmth, and also it will have prepared the food itself to be more digestible to me. And another way that I'm working on right now is while I'm doing this, I'm breathing in as deeply as I can, or nearly, not all the way, but nearly to comfortable full in level, and I'm holding it and for 3 seconds, and then I'm letting myself breathe out kind of at my own speed, and then I'm doing that again. And there are various breaths that you can do which help you retain heat. So this is one. I'm trying to kind of develop my own. I don't really like doing other people's stuff, So anyways, now goodbye for reals.